I think I've tripped over the edge of insanity. I don't know. The lad tells me there's something on the internet called clickbaity. Maybe there's a clickbaity special on for bee boxes here at Christmas time. Boxing Day specials. And here they are, turned up in my yard. Anyway, at the minute I've got some full depth bee boxes, 2 boxes, a top and a bottom, and a box of frames at a level. And I'm getting slack, so I just ordered them already made. I thought that saved me a bit of a job, but they're not terribly tench, but anyway, they'll be right. Hello, hello. No wonder my poor mother's freaking out. But anyway, this is what happens. You start off with one queen bee, and then you end up with a driveway full of boxes. I don't know. Convenient the cameraman's here, he might help me carry one. Lucky if I'm lucky. Of course, Australia's in all sorts of trouble at the minute. We got bloomin' Kangaroo Island with half the island burnt, where our Ligurian bee strain is, which is pretty hectic. So hopefully those boys will be okay. And up in New South Wales, we've got that on fire. We've had a few fires down the southeast where some of our bees are, but luckily we didn't get burned out, which is good, but a lot of beekeepers have. So I don't really know what's going to go on next. Of course, Adelaide Hills around Kersbrook Way, man, some of the boys there had to hurry up. Oh, golly. I just hope there's enough food to bloom and fill all these boxes full of bees the way we're going down here in Oz. Whew. So thanks for all your prayers and concern for us poor bloody beekeepers and animals and everybody else down here in Oz. We've got a little GoFundMe page to try and support the beekeepers particularly. So if you feel so inclined to save a bee, or 10, or a box, or whatever they're going to need. I think they're going to need some feeds, they're going to need some pollens and some sugars. Our thought is that, you know, obviously there's a focus on all sorts of things, but our concern is for the beekeepers that have lost a lot of stuff and need a bit of a helping hand. So if you'd like to be involved and help and save a few beekeepers, and saving their bees for that matter, giving them something to eat, and maybe, because the guys have lost stuff everywhere, so click on the link below, and every dollar counts. A bit of an exercise, wasn't it? Golly gosh, you do have bad timing. You keep turning up when the jobs are arriving. Oh man, I was just thinking while we were carting all that stuff into the shed, that's only 50 boxes and about 500 frames, so it's only enough for the jolly bottom box, because there's 2 boxes in here. And I was just thinking, those boys that lost 450, or hell, a couple of them lost more than that, hives of bees. So the thing is, it's not just about the bees that you lose, it's all the jolly infrastructure and boxes and frames and wax and honey and God knows what. Man, you just imagine that'll be a bloomin' semi-trailer load of bee boxes to try and replace it. I thought 50 was crazy, imagine 500. Anyway, we're not going to put them together today. So I bought myself a Christmas present, a bit belated here in the middle of January, but that's all good. Hopefully this is going to be a bit snazzier wax Embedder for my frame, so I don't know. We can have a cross comparison between my homemade one and the manufactured one. I guess that would be called a critical review. We'll see how many stars. I gave my own thing 10 stars because, you know, I might be a bit biased, but we'll see how we got on. Oh. Wax. Wax on, wax off. I think I've made that joke before, haven't I? Happy Christmas to me. Happy Christmas to me. It says on there, treadle switch. I thought it said tradie switch for a minute. I thought, well, that ruled me out. Oh, look at that. It's like its own little sewing machine. Can't even see where the pins are. But anyway, that's that bit. I think that's a foot controller. Oh! Wonder if I'd be like the father-in-law and be able to keep this box to store it in. Be a little bit sensible. What the hell happens here? Is that the whole plate? Okay. Where are the directions? Oh, here's the directions. Uh-oh. At least it says automatic wire embedder in English. The rest of it, so it looks like it's in Cantonese or Chinese or something or other, and I don't think I'm going to be able to read that. We've got the headlines. Oh no, actually, sorry, the English is underneath. Hey, cool, we'll actually be able to... No, there is no way I'm going to be able to learn those signals. How cool are they? Man, you imagine learning all those little pictures? Far out. I have enough trouble with the bloody consonants and the vowels and the crap that goes on. Anyway, I'm going to go and get some eyes, so just hold that thought. I have some eyes out here somewhere, but I'll get some snazzy ones since I'm on the camera. How'd you get on? Did you read the directions for me? See the steps on the page. That's the first direction. I like it. That's pretty cool. The number location 1 through 5 means 1.5 seconds. You can change the time depending on your requirements. I guess it's depending on how blooming odd it is. I think we should take it out of the box so we can actually see what we're trying to read. Oh, it's a combination. AC and DC. That says a risk of electric shock. Do not open. I think we might try and keep this nice bit of packing to store it in. Hang on. Yeah, well, we could try. I could try and store it in there for a little while, maybe, if I was well behaved. Let's just do that. We can make ourselves a little workbench. Right. Where the hell's it? Oh, shit. That's the on-off button. Oh, the adjuster's over this side. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's obviously in seconds. We better not make 25 seconds. We'll have it melted completely. So that's the switch in there. Mode. How the hell are we going to know? This looks like it's got a... What the hell? You could plug a real PowerPoint in there. Shit. I don't know about that. Hang on. What does this reckon? Combined AC. This product is a combined AC and DC. On the DC side, the red terminal should be connected to the battery, coded positive, and the black should be connected to the battery, coded black or negative. Don't invert your connections. Well, that's a bit odd, isn't it? Well, how is it? Anyway, I don't think we're going to worry about plugging the AC into it. All right. Anyway, we're over the page. Notice the contact points of the machine and the frame should be the end of the wire and the other end of the wire. So hopefully that battery's still got some charge in it. That was my wax putter on her. You just sit the frame on there and it heats up, but it only could do one wire at a time because it would freak itself out. So, I don't know. Should we show you that working? We might as well.
No, we've shown that.
We've shown that before. That's all right. We've shown that before, apparently, so you just have to flick back through the catalogue somewhere about a year ago. If you're really bored, it'll keep you interested, flicking through all the catalogue to find out how this actually performed in comparison. If you're really lucky, the bloke might put a little note in there and give you like a 20 episode window to pick from. I'll just get a spanner. Oh, I thought I did a good job of this little thing anyway. Updating, but it might be backdated if it doesn't work. We'll find out. Seems a bit odd that you won't be able to see what you're melting, but I suppose you'd just be able to adjust it as you go forward, won't you? You'd be impressed, though, that I actually went and got black and red wires so I could put them on the right terminals rather than just using the one colour like normal. Not that the colour makes any difference to the current, it just gives you a hint which is positive and which is negative. But of course the positive would travel just as well happily through a black cable as it will through a red one. And it's still alive. That's a bad idea. Here we go on the magical mystery tour of fucking wiring up, well, waxing up frames. I wonder what that switch does. It doesn't actually say. Think you knew? Nothing's happening yet. Pop that down there for a minute. Put my eyes back on again. There you go, that way. No, they're already waxed up. Where did I have some? I suppose we've got boxfuls of them now, but we might as well get one of them out. Ooh.
Might have been an expensive little journey, mightn't it?
I wonder if that little light's meant to come on. Don't think anything's happening. Oh, hell. What does that reckon? Can you read what it says on there? How many watts that is?
It says 3000 W.
Oh, okay, well we haven't got 3000 watts, we've got about 12. Shit. Oh dear, it says it's supposed to be 12 to 24 volts. I suppose we can hook the battery charger up to it. Well, there's been much conjecture here in the bush camp. We've decided to go and get an AC cable and plug it into the other end because we can't get any sense out of it with a battery, so... Apparently the cameraman says he's not taking any responsibility for this bloomin' burning my shed down, so... You would think you wouldn't have a bloomin' AC input, but it didn't come with one in the box, so I don't know what happens there. Anyway, oh well, here we go. Might be good, might be shit. This cable has passed the continual parallelity testing. 5 years of auto destruction test passed. There you go. Right, here we go. Oh, John, you are a wrecker. Well, we got the light on, that's a start. We got one light on. Boop. Well, that might be the trick. Boop. It hasn't blown up, so we'll find a bit of wax. Ah, well, that's odd that it wouldn't come with a cable in the box, isn't it? Maybe that was an added extra. Maybe that's why it was a Christmas special. The cable was extra to actually make it work. Anyway, the directions say you lay your frame on here, you pop your bit of wax on, wax off. But that's not really going to work because you've got to slip it in that bit up there first. So I'm going to break the rules straight away and get the wax in the groove that I wanted at the top. So I'm just going to sit that in there, get it in the groove so we've got a bit of a gap at the bottom. Sit it on our fancy ass bit of excitement. And it reckons we sit our bit of board on there and push the go button. It's set at 15 for the minute, so we'll see what it does. I wonder how you know when it stops. Does it stop automatically then? What does that say? Default time, 1.5 seconds. So that means it's 1.5 seconds. Yep, you ready? Was that, it went click, so I don't know. Nearly. I reckon I'm going to do it fractionally more the next one. We'll crank it up to 1.8 seconds. Watch this drop straight through it this time. Obviously this can be on the floor, but I'm just getting started. Bear with me, I do know that it's not in the right spot. That's actually looking pretty bloody good. It's still a little bit more, I reckon. Maybe we'll go with 2 seconds. Right, we'll get a new one. If it works, it could be quite good. Could be quite snazzy indeed. Oh, we've had a bit of a controversy though, haven't we, getting that sorted out? Just got to get that little board inside the connection points. And then we'll push the go button. Yeah, it still needs more, I reckon. Right. We're getting closer. I guess, you know what, this is going to be different heat for different days. Because sometimes when the wax is jolly hot, I can just about put it on there without doing anything. Oh, that's about the go because it's just starting to cut it. So that's about perfect, I reckon. We might go down a fraction. So we go with 2.8. How's that? 2.8. I should bring more frames with me, but anyway. We're only going to see if it works. All in all, that's been quite successful. I'm not really sure why we had to get our own power cable, but maybe they thought, maybe it's a bit like when you buy a printer these days. You buy a printer and they don't give you a cable to plug the bloody thing anymore. Although the last one we bought, we didn't even need a cable because the thing's Wi-Fi'd up. Is that what it is? Wi-Fi or whatever it is. Anyway, the blooming thing just flies through the air and prints its ass off anywhere you like. It's kind of crazy stuff. So you can print stuff from the kitchen table. But I haven't figured out how to get the printed thing back to the kitchen table so I don't have to walk to the office. That'll be the next thing. They'll have to have a little robot that'll say, "Here, master, here's your printed docket." Notice how I called the robot wanting to call me master. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I digress. We'll do our last little one here, and I think this is quite good. Now I found if you just push this down after it's been on a bit, just to front and back a bit, because the middle one seems to be pretty good. And there you have it. Only 1,000 to go.